him laying on the turf because the players in the NFL are either brothers or
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Next on Deck. It's me, the GREG, Greg to some, Mongo to you. Been bushwhacking since '92, and we got a solo show today. For now, we might get some other guys popping on today, but it's just me for the moment. We have got some stuff to talk about today. Raw was last night. It was the final Raw before WrestleMania, their go home show for the brand. It was all right. It was fine. It was okay. Honestly, I would say missable. Like, you can see the highlights on Twitter, but we'll get into that. We also have some news regarding a former AEW World Champion who might be going to WWE, might be staying. It's one of those cases, we'll never really know until the dust settles and everything clears. We'll get into that. We also have to talk about NXT tonight. It's the final NXT before Stand and Deliver. It is. It's. I don't know. Matt knows what I'm talking about when I say this. I am so conflicted on NXT, and Chad, let me know what y'all feel on this. I think we're about to get a no singles match pay-per-view from NXT this weekend. It's weird, it's strange, and it didn't have to be this way, but they've set it up where instead of we have one challenger here, one challenger there, every single championship has 4 or 5 contenders. And of course, North American Women's Championship was vacated because they didn't want Stephanie to have both belts, even though they didn't have to put both belts on her. They kind of created a problem to have. Excuse me, need some coffee. They kind of created their own issue with that when Julia needed to step away for a little bit. And the thing about that is Julia wasn't gone longer than a month, maybe 2. I mean, she was gone just long enough to, question how we're going to do Stand and Deliver. Turns out Fatal 4-Way. Turns out we're going to have Jordynne Grace, Julia, Stephanie, and also Jada Parker facing off for the Women's Championship. This is a very pro Jada Parker podcast. It's honestly a pro NXT podcast in general, for being honest. Jada being there is odd. It feels like she should be in the North American Women's ladder match. First off, because she should just have that belt. I don't really see why she wasn't, if not the first, the second to win it. I don't know. The NXT booking specifically, not just WWE. NXT is it's a grab bag of some good, some bad. What is going on, chat? We got Cookies and Kanisha in the chat. How y'all doing? The king that gives the sting. All right, that's at least something I can say on air. Cookies, I appreciate that. And we were playing some NXT music earlier before this, just screwing around because why not? What's going on, Kanisha? How you doing? How are you? Yeah, just me today. I might see somebody else pop on here in a little bit, but I think everybody else is pretty busy. WrestleMania week, busy week for all of us. So yeah, let's talk about Raw before I just bitch for an hour and Stand and Deliver. Raw was, like I said at the beginning of the show, fine. It's unfortunate because last week's Raw had a lot of great moments in it. The Jey Uso Gunther promo was really interesting. And speaking of guests, one of my co-hosts has hopped on, Mr. Main Event Mike Ciampa, the Are You Fucking Serious quiz champion. What's going on, Mike? How you doing?
What's up, brother? You hear me?
Oh, I can hear you just fine, man.
All right, what's going on, Mongo? What's up with the chat? Shout out to Batty, Cookies, Kanisha, everybody watching. Yeah, man, it's been a long day, but I'm here.
Well, I'm glad you're here, brother. I appreciate it. We'll talk about that long day once we get off of this.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Raw, and I was saying when we started this show, Raw was a real missable 2.5 hours last night.
Yeah, like I think you hit the nail on the head yesterday when you said this is just a weird ass show, and I'm like, yeah, it is. Very, very weird. Like, I don't know, like that's a weird way to have a go home show. Like normally when you think of a go home show, you think of a banger. It's like, oh shit, like we get into the climax of what we're about to face at the actual pay-per-view, and it's like, not really. Like some good things happen, but some of it is like, I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a go home show, which is crazy because last week's Raw felt like a go home show.
Yeah.
Especially like we were talking last night about how the Jey Uso promo this week felt like it was in the wrong order compared to last week. Because last night, Jay just came out with the same old yeet shit.
Yeah.
But the week before, he came out, talked to Gunther, was all serious and cut all the shit. And it was a different Jay that we got from last night. I think part of this is just the fact that Mania is so far into April this year.
Mm-hmm.
They've had to add 2 to 3 extra weeks of prep time. And honestly, when you have 2 pay-per-views in between the show from Rumble to Mania, you have 3 different weekly televised shows.
Mm-hmm.
More if you want to count, LFG or whatever, but I don't. It's a lot of time to fill. It's a lot of time to fill. And even though you have essentially 3 separate events, you have Mania, which is night 1 and night 2, and you've got the NXT show, it's still too much time. And I think we really felt that at different parts of the build for each brand. Raw, honestly, most of the Raw build to Mania has been ass. It's been mostly shit.
Yeah.
NXT had a weird come out of the gate after we got out of the Rumble. And then, the Julia injury kind of screwed things up. But now it's kind of solidified, and we have some really hot feuds. But it's also weird that every single belt is it's like a multi-person defense. And then SmackDown was hit or miss. It's probably one of the weaker roads to Mania we've done in a while.
Yeah, and then not to mention sandwiched in between all that also, they had a fucking European tour.
Yeah.
Which is odd. It's like you got this whole ass European tour and the pay-per-view's not even gonna be over there. And speaking of Raw, if it weren't for the women's triple threat match, that's what's saving the Raw side of things, is the women's triple threat match. Because really, the tag team title match, the women's tag team title match, I mean, that should be good, but it's we really didn't ask for that.
No. And it wasn't a lot of build. It was just a random battle royal or whatever last week. So we're not pushing into anything. The only thing that had really good build, like you said, is really the women's triple threat. Because Jay and Gunther, we had that great moment last week and the week before that when Jimmy got his ass beat. But aside from those 2 weeks, it's really been meh.
It's the same promo.
Yeah, from both guys, really. Jay comes out, yeet, I'm going to yeet this. Gunther comes out, there's no yeeting. There'll not be any yeeting in my ring. Shit it's the same week in, week. And then Gunther was choking Jay's ass out every single week. It was like we were on replay for a month and a half. Yeah. And then the past 2 weeks, we got some really great stuff for that. And then last night, they had separate promos, and Jay just kind of felt like he was before he won the Rumble. I don't know. And then that tag, the Viking Raiders New Day, that's fine. It's fine that a tag title match is going to be on Mania, but of the ones you had the option to do, you could do this one or the SmackDown one. At least the SmackDown titles have some kind of story around them.
Right.
This New Day thing it's 4 months past when they turned heel, and so that feels late. Whereas the SmackDown titles, all 5 of these teams have been feuding with each other nonstop for months.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we're kind of going through Raw. Kanisha says, "Be careful driving," and please do.
Oh yeah. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this, baby.
Yeah. So just kind of a quick run through of Raw. We have Bayley and Liv Morgan, which is a fun match. It's fine. Give us something to do to chew on for their match at Mania. Mm-hmm. Gunther had a promo, which was just a general Gunther promo. Same for Jay's. Mysterio and Julius Creed. Julius Creed is a freak.
Yes. Yes.
He's a freak of nature. I've never.
Yes, he is.
He's brockish as far as the shit he can just kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Ray had a great one last night. But unfortunately, seems to be the case for anybody in this damn group. He lost because, God forbid, American Made gets anything going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it makes sense that he lost on this one because Ray's fighting El Grande Americano at Mania. But gracias. See, yeah. But man, you look at the Creeds and you're just like, how the fuck have these guys just been on the losing end of things for 8 months? It's a waste. Yeah,
unfortunately, and it's not like it's this guy's fault either. It's the Chad Gable effect. Like, because what have we all complained about over the past couple years? Chad Gable being a perpetual loser, even though he's great. Like, Chad Gable is one of the best wrestlers on the planet. And the same with the Creed brothers. They're one of the best tag teams on the planet. But to your point, for whatever reason, they can't seem to win. And it's so mind-boggling. And yes, this is the rare time where it's like, okay, it does make sense for Ray to win because, like you just stated, he's facing El Americano at WrestleMania. But it's still like, damn, can any of these dudes get a win? Like, just one win. Just one.
I mean, I guess old Grande might get the dub at Mania. It as Batty pointed out, Gable hasn't gotten a single Mania match in his career. But Grande Americano gets one when he first shows up. It's terrible. Yeah, it's a damn shame.
All he had to do was just be a culture vulture. Just put on the mask, and put on a parody of Lucha Libre, and boom, there he is, fighting on WrestleMania.
He's instantly in. That's all it took. Who would have thought? Americano attacks after the match, lays out Ray and Dragon Lee again with the loaded mask. I'm not gonna say I'm excited for the match, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. It's gonna be fun just because at least there's something to chew on with the Americano shit. Like you were joking about the Gracias and shit. Like Gable's a funny guy, man. He's hilarious.
Yeah, everything, and we've said it time and time again. All the chicken shit that they've given him, he's turned it into gold. Come on now. He made us care about Shorty G. Shorty fucking G. When you got a character named Shorty G, more times than not, you're on your way out of the company. And he made that stick and was successful with that.
I cannot begin to process the amount of people I've seen have a similar name like that, and then in 3 months they're not there anymore. Like old Gallows' old partner when Jesse and Festus. Jesse became Slam Master J. Like, man, I got enough for him. Slam Master J, and he was gone in 3 months.
It's like
the only reason Gable stayed is because Gable was willing to just fucking go all in on whatever he's given.
He gives them
that's a talent itself.
He accepts whatever they give him, and he maximizes it to the best of his ability. And like, if you've really been paying attention over the past couple years, he's one of the main characters. He's one of the mainstays on Raw. Like, dude is a workhorse. Even with all the bullshit that they've given him, he's been a constant workhorse. We see this man on TV every single week. And it's like, eventually, he has to have a payoff. He has to. I don't know what the payoff is. Maybe it's a mid-card belt. I don't know. Maybe at some point, when they do the Raw draft, maybe you send him to SmackDown. He can win that U.S. title. I mean, it's perfect. He's the new Kurt Angle. Put the fucking U.S. belt on him. I mean,
Even
do
Cookie said
something.
that, just like Kurt. Like, yeah. I mean,
Like,
he's one. He is genuinely a very popular. It isn't just that he's good in the ring. He's popular. Fans love the guy.
yeah, he's great. And as far as we know, he ain't said or done nothing stupid on social media. So that makes it even more great.
He's keeping all of his personal thoughts to himself, like he's supposed to.
If he's a dumbass, he's keeping that under wraps, and rightfully so.
There was some NXT name, I can't remember who it was, this past weekend. They got caught saying some dumb shit. I'm like, yo, there has to be like a Herm Edwards in WWE that could be like, hey, stay off your fucking phone. Like, you remember that? Like, he always gives that speech to the rookies before the draft. Get off your phone. Don't be texting. Like, that's a speech that needs to be given to NXT and WWE people in general. Just, hey, not every thought you have needs to be seen by millions of people.
Yep. Like, there's a reason why it's called intrusive thoughts.
Yes.
The prefix "in", you need to keep it in your brain. We don't need to know the dumb shit, the controversial shit that you think on a daily basis. But yeah, like, and you're right. Like, every WWE needs some type of rookie symposium of sorts for these guys, just to make sure. Hey, don't fuck this up, okay? You're in WWE. You got a golden opportunity to succeed here. Don't fuck it up, and more importantly, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's we see it a lot in wrestling. We see it a lot in sports in general, but especially combat sports. It's there are some things you can just kind of keep private, and we won't ask any questions. But and some people do that well, and some they just fucking they gotta learn. They gotta learn. We got AJ Styles and Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross last night came out dressed with gear done by AJ Styles gear maker to look like an AJ Styles gear. I have said this before, and I've told you this many times. I am such a big Karrion Kross fan. Everything he does, it's brayish, where you're kind of looking to see if you can find him in the background somewhere talking to somebody, or if he's trying to kind of control the head of somebody that he's near.
Yeah,
it's interesting, except for the fact that he can't fucking win, Mike. He can't win.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to win last night, but do you know that was his first match of this year?
At the time, no, until I saw his promo that he did posted on Instagram, and that's insane. So he went damn near since what, last July? Was it
Something,
last July?
It's when it's when they were feuding with the New Day, right? So
yeah,
it would have been a while back. I'm looking at his record now, and they had like a weird. Oh, that's right. They were messing with the Wyatt Six for a little bit. So he had like a random match in December. Outside of that, the last time he was on Raw wrestling was in August.
That's what it was. August. Yep, since last August. It's his first singles match. I'm like, that is insane. And cause I know Mongo, cause I know you had brought him up years ago, and you was raving about at the time Killer Cross, and he was an Impact, and I was like, oh shit, this dude is frightening. and then he went to NXT, and I was like, oh god, the bald frightening dude is on NXT. I like him. And then immediately, and that's another thing, they immediately put the gold on him. Immediately. He was dominant in NXT. Dominant.
Oh, just what's going on, Matt? Ladies and gentlemen, our reigning and defending Raging Simpson Memorial Predictions Champion, our forever Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Matty Reigns.
What is
Real quick before you get going, Matt, I just want to point out this comment. If you watch the ending, this is from New to This World. If you watch this ending of that match again, Karrion put his hands behind his back and smiled while accepting AJ's forearm. I don't know why, but I feel a full deep heel run coming for Styles. Yeah, he did that, and he. That's the thing about Cross is he enjoys pulling out the more aggressive side of his opponents. So I wouldn't hate a Cross Styles, even if it's not them working together. Just like the fact that maybe Cross kind of turned the key and kind of got Styles going the way he's done for The Miz, the way he did for the New Day. It seems like anytime he maybe gets in someone's ear, there's a twist coming down the line. Same thing happened with Judgment Day. He was seen talking with Dominic a few weeks ago while they were trying to figure out this whole Intercontinental Championship mess. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Cross, there's something cooking there. And Matt, I was saying this to Mike. It's cooking really well. It is. It's unfortunate that he can't win a match to save his life.
Yeah, it's
I think it's great that even though he's not a winner, people are still invested in the shit he's doing. You see people on Twitter trying to figure out what he's trying to put together next. And that's
I would say he's 2025's he's this year's Chad Gable. Like how we were looking at Chad Gable last year and we were wanting more for him, and then he didn't get to go to WrestleMania. But this year, he's El Grande Americano, but we know that's Chad Gable. He's at WrestleMania. So, like, maybe this, if you think about it, this year, he's this year's Chad Gable. He's not at WrestleMania this year, but I bet you all the stuff we've been getting hyped about for the last year is going to lead to him wherever WrestleMania is at next year.
I hope so. He might have to wear a mask, and like Mike said, he might have to adopt a whole different culture's persona in order to make this work. Right. He's gonna be able to get in there.
Me off with Chad Gable, especially last night when they put on the super racist mariachi music. I'm like, did y'all really have to put that on?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. I didn't.
What up, Felicia? What up, Batty? What up, Cookies?
I couldn't tell last night if it was the same as they did when they did that vignette, the vignette, where it was like a mariachi version of like some American patriotic song. But yeah, I don't know. Like me and Mike were saying, like that'll be fun to watch at Mania.
Speaking of Mania, I just got my WrestleMania shirt. The only shirt I bought for WrestleMania.
Let's see it. Man, wow. Rock. There was Cena and Travis Scott. We have not seen Rock nor Travis Scott since that night.
And the back of it is what's so good. Your time is up.
That's good. I wish we'd have seen either of those motherfuckers. They're going to be involved at all.
This is the last time we saw The Rock, y'all. The last time.
When was fucking Chamber?
January. That was February. Because my birthday was that same. They had it because that was February. That man ain't been on TV since February.
End of February, something like that. Yeah. So that. God, I cannot believe he hasn't shown up once. He's the catalyst for the heel turn, and he's just not been here. I don't know.
And the UFL has started. He ain't said nothing about them.
But he can show up on that.
I see the games on, but it's like 2 years ago, y'all were hyping the fuck out of this. They merged. Y'all were hyping the fuck out of this. Now it's 2025, and it's like. Yeah,
last year he was at one game every week.
Right.
I've not seen that at all this year.
Like Rock, you was flaunting your ass off, making sure everybody saw you at the UFL. Now it's like, oh, I'm the final boss. I ain't got time for that.
But now, of course, we can see his ass on Instagram with the New Japan.
Oh yeah,
shirt.
he can be on Instagram. Rock don't care about being on Instagram with his New Japan shirt, looking at a Rubik's Cube.
If The Rock wasn't going to be here for any of this, they should have had this turn happen at Mania.
It could have, honestly, if you take The Rock out,
Mania.
like you take The Rock out and you take out Elimination Chamber or whatever, yeah, because that was at Elimination Chamber, not Rumble. But if you take all that out, you can have John Cena win the Rumble. I mean, win the Elimination Chamber, lose to Cody, and then do the heel turn. It's like Nakamura hit AJ in the balls. Like it would have made more sense because then you could have The Rock be there because The Rock only shows up once a year at this point. So it's like, oh, here's The Rock's appearance. Like everything that could have happened at WrestleMania, even with The Rock. With or without The Rock. It still could have happened because it would have made more sense.
Even if you want The Rock involved, you can do the Mania 17 ending where Rock helps Cena turn at the end. And then
oh my God! He made a deal with the devil!
Yeah, but instead, he's not around since Cena only has so many dates he can work because he's limited. And 3 of those weeks were him cutting the same goddamn promo.
Right.
Repeatedly. Ad nauseum. And it just, I don't know, man. Mike said it earlier. The Raw road to Mania has been rough. It has been.
The Raw road to Mania has been really bumpy. It's the only good feuds in the Raw build is honestly the unofficial main event, the Women's World Championship match, triple threat match. That's the best match. And maybe I'll give it, and this is sad, but I'll probably give Viking Raiders and New Day. That I'll probably put them second because they've had a little bit more oomph to them lately than, and I guess we could call, Roman Seth match. I guess that's Raw, even though it's everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because I guess CM Punk and Seth are both Raw. So yeah, I guess you can call that Raw. But even the New Day thing, like it took them 3 months to give the New Day something to do after the heel turn. Whereas like you had these 2 really great heel turns in Cena and New Day, and then just it failed to capitalize on it until I don't know. It's one of those things where you kind of start to see the fault in some of Triple H's booking, and that's just that get to the big moment and then just try to fumble your way to the next big moment.
Triple H knows how to build it up. He knows how to have a big moment, but the follow-up, he ain't got it.
Yeah, it's and he used to.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's somebody else in his ear. I don't know.
Blame Roman.
Penta and Finn Balor had a match.
That was a decent match. I didn't like. I hated that ending, but I understood why because they're like, y'all gonna get this again, so we're not gonna give y'all a winner.
Yeah. There was some worry last night, so much so that I actually had to write an article about it. That Braun Breaker might have injured his knee. Around this point. So the match ends because Braun runs in and spears. Or Carlito avoids a spear by leaping over a table.
Yeah, Carlito was like, no.
Yeah. I think the fuck not. Too bad he got caught in that double spear. Yeah, him and Dom ended up getting caught with a 2-for-1. And then Penta sends Braun to the floor with a kind of like a botched tilt-a-whirl Hurricane Rana. And I don't know if his left foot plants weird when this happens. I don't know if he hit his knee on the apron as he was tumbling out. I don't know if he caught Penta in a weird spot. But once he is on the floor, the camera cuts to see Penta celebrating in the ring. and then you see Penta, or you see Braun and Carlito and Dom on the ground. Braun is face on the floor, holding onto his left knee. This is, I think this is also the one where, like, all right, this probably has one of the better builds in Mania for Raw, is this. And it really is more about just, you could have Penta and Braun one-on-one, and this would have been a great Mania match.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had Dom and Finn by themselves, but I guess this maybe saves time to add another match to the show. So we're going to get that 4-way, but we have not heard anything about Braun since that moment. I don't know if he's hurt or not, but the rumors, swirling, revolve around people being worried about it backstage, but that's about it. So we don't really know anything about how bad it was. I don't think he was selling for Braun or for Penta like many were hoping for, because why would you sell the dive while holding onto your knee? Most people sell that dive, they're holding onto their head or their
hopefully all he did
chest
was
hurts. Yeah, that's it would be a real blow to this weekend if Braun can't be in this match. It would really suck.
I'm definitely going to be on high alert. They're on night 1 or 2.
Let me check.
Because that's when I would be on high alert for fuckery or some type of like, Braun Breaker is they're gonna, if he's hurt, they're gonna wait to the exact last minute to tell us, or they're not gonna tell us, and he can wrestle, but we gonna notice he's gonna be like Julia, where it's like something's wrong with him. It's clear
when Braun can't go 40 miles. When Braun can't that 40 mile an hour spear, all of a sudden we're gonna be like, all right, this is not right.
Yeah.
Breaker, that match, Matt, is on night 2.
Okay, so thankfully he got all the way until Sunday to just rest, because I know after that, if anything, he signed himself up for nothing. Like, you might do some appearances, but even then, now that has happened, they might not even want you to make an appearance, because somebody's gonna be like, did you get hurt? And he doesn't want to let on. So he might have just signed himself up for, he doesn't have to do jack shit until Sunday now. And wait, go to the Hall of Fame. Look handsome. show up at night 1. Eat catering.
go see Lexus King, get your beard fixed up.
Right, like he got himself an easy weekend now.
I will say, I was listening to a Wrestling Observer newsletter or Wrestling Observer Radio earlier today. Brian Alvarez mentioned that he had heard that Braun is okay, but he hadn't, gotten anything official. But word is Braun should be fine for Sunday. So fingers crossed, because exactly, Cookies. If we're fucked if he's hurt, because fuck half that show.
Yeah, like Cookies brings up a good point. This is the first year where they really they've had to basically kind of like sell us on 2 nights, because this could really be a one-night WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first WrestleMania where they've had to like, and there's no reason why they've struggled, because there's matches you can make, but they have struggled to make matches. Like the fact that this card is 14 matches, essentially, and you don't have a women's U.S. title and a women's Intercontinental title match, or a SmackDown or the WWE tag titles, like those are 3 titles being left out. And after we just spent a whole year, we're bringing tag team wrestling back. Half of them, like they got to be on WrestleMania last year. Only half of y'all gonna be on there this year.
Yep.
And for Lyra and Chelsea, that's just bullshit. I would have, with the gimmick that Chelsea Green has going, that should be a clear layup for her to have a presidential motorcade and all that, leading her down the entrance ramp at WrestleMania.
Oh man, petition to have herself be recognized at Mania.
Yeah.
Like all you can do all kinds and like to not have Chelsea, she has to have a segment. There's no way she doesn't get at least a segment on that show. But the fact that I remember when those titles got introduced earlier, back in was it November, December?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, the idea is so we've got women's tag titles, we've got 2 women's world titles, and we have 2 women's mid-card belts. So if you're looking at this as positively as possible, that's more spots on Mania's card for women's matches. Not really, because one of those champions is going to be fighting for a tag title.
Right.
And they can just not have the other one on. So yeah, it's another point with the main roster where you're like, did we even really need those belts if you're not going to put, have some real focus on them on Mania?
And this is Chelsea Green's best run.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Mike.
She's been fucking amazing. Not only as a character, but she's been great in the ring.
Genuinely, like she had so many injury problems in her first run here, Mike.
Right.
But my God, since getting back to here and even before the US title, she's having good stuff in NXT. She's blossomed in the past few years.
It's just amazing what staying healthy can do for somebody. And she's a clear example of that. like a couple weeks ago, watching SmackDown, and the thought just hit me like, damn, like Chelsea Green is fucking amazing.
She can really go, and she's easy to look at on the eyes. Shout out to Matt Cardona.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Cardona, man, that man is winning in life in so many ways. And it's interesting that like once she really started to hit her stride here, especially with this belt, people started showing that Penta match she had in Lucha Underground. They're like, oh, I forgot she was in Lucha Underground. I forgot she was fighting men there.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of forget how Laurel Van Ness was, bitch can move for real. Yeah, she can. Let's wrap up Raw here. The end of the show is so Paul Heyman is waiting for Roman all night in the parking lot.
CM Punk is so fucking messy.
Like a jilted lover. And yes, he is. And CM Punk comes over, puts his arm around Paul right as Roman pulls up. You don't need a tribal chief. You need your best friend. Roman looks over at Paul and Punk and just shakes his head, walks on forward, and Paul's like, oh, my tribal chief. My tribal chief. No, my tribal chief.
Bro, like, oh, well, here. I saw you over there hugging. You let him hug you? You over there hugging all people?
Look, I've definitely been at that point where, like, the wrong person has been near me when someone I was dating came around. And that's exactly what that looked like. That's exactly what that felt like. No. She just got here.
Like, nah. That seems like y'all pretty happy.
She was just saying hi. Sure she was.
Like, after Roman had that whole sermon that he put up on social media, and like, why do you need people to acknowledge you? That's why. That is why.
Right there. Exactly.
That is why. Punk better be glad Roman ain't had no gun in that car, because that's how you get shot. That is how
Arn
you
Anderson
get shot for real.
Arn Anderson comes out the other side of the car and just slides it to him.
Because that's a straight up like, oh, so you with him now. Boom. No questions asked.
I don't need y'all asking about my personal life. We'll leave it at that. No, it was a platonic meeting. Cookies, shut up. Trust me, I had that argument for a month straight. I don't need to have it anymore. Roman comes out. He's talking to Heyman, and he says, "Why the fuck?" Essentially, why do I owe a favor to him? He did you a favor. I didn't agree to that. This is a you and him thing. What is it? It's an A and B conversation.
Yeah, he's basically like
myself
that,
out of here.
Favor is for you, Paul, not me. You're kind of looking at him like you may, but Paul is like, well, I represent you, so technically, like when you're not here, I'll speak on your behalf. So technically, it is your favor because I accepted it. I did the favor on your behalf, but it's like, shut the fuck up, Paul. Right. That's really how it's looking. That's how Roman's looking at him. Like, don't be particular. Don't try to. Don't use the details.
Like, if that wasn't some old guilty by association shit, I don't know what was. Wait a minute, bitch! I ain't paying your why I gotta pay your goddamn debt? Hold on. Wait a minute.
You're just like, and Paul looking at him like, dude, have I not been by your side for like the last 5 years?
Right. I don't even like this motherfucker. How's it my debt?
Exactly. Good.
Hey,
it's low-key funny that Roman's trying to not get gaslit. Like, yeah, considering all the shit he did to so many people, yeah. I thought it was interesting I can't remember who it was. Somebody pointed out last night, like Roman is not a face. He's not a good guy. He's the same guy he was before Mania last year.
Yeah,
nothing has really changed. Yeah, it's the exact same person. He had his issues with Jimmy and Jay, even though they came to his side. They had to work some shit out. His issues with Seth and Punk. He has problems. Like it's the same person.
When he cut that promo yesterday, I was like, this is literally this is not. I was like, that's the head of the table. That ain't the OTC.
Exactly that.
This is straight up. And I was like, oh, that was a good ass promo. I like this promo because he's getting back to what he need to be talking about. These people don't respect me. They need to respect me. Acknowledge me. I ain't got no belt, but I am still your tribal chief. And y'all gonna acknowledge me. I ain't got no belt, but y'all saw me beat Solo. That was my belt. That's go. I'm the tribal chief. That's my title.
It was like you said, definitely one of his better promos since this whole fucking thing started. Yeah, Batty, and he was getting booed last night. I think fans are picking Punk here when honestly, Seth hasn't lied about anything yet. I feel like Seth is kind of that's who I go with as
like
my pick.
That promo Roman did. He did a good job of trying to like swerve people off of like, oh well, maybe Roman could win this. Because I even thought about it, but I'm like, that man has main evented WrestleMania for like 8 million years in a row, and he just started losing. Yeah, you can lose one more year, and it's a triple threat match, bruh. You are not even taking the pin. You are probably not even getting pinned.
Seth comes out in another incredible getup. And he continues to say that, this is again someone who's trying to get something out of Paul. And like last week, Seth's like, hey, I didn't want to take anything from you. I didn't want to get a deal out of you. I was just trying to give you a way out. One little curb stomp. You wouldn't have to be in this mess. But,
right.
Last week, I chose not to put you in the hospital, so you owe me a favor. And Roman was like, stop. Nobody owes anybody favors. And then
like, what is this favor that I owe you? I don't owe you a favor.
You owe me a favor for not killing me? That's what I owe you a favor for?
Yes.
This is bullshit.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
And you know who I'll be following around if that's the case? I'm following Darby all in. Darby Allin, baby. Since he liked to die, I saved your life. You owe me. Saved your life again. You owe me. Saved your life. That's 3 of them now, bro.
Matt, you'll get this. That's a King of the Hill joke where Bobby and Hank are like on top of something, and he pretends to push his dad.
Oh yeah.
It's like, see, I saved you, Dad. Like, you didn't save me, son. You just didn't kill me.
That's what Roman is on. You didn't save me. I'm the tribal chief. Ain't nobody killing me around here. What you mean? I can't be touched. But then they're like, well, Cody beat you. Shut up. We ain't talking about Cody. Ain't nobody talking about Cody.
Rain says Heyman has made his choice because he's going to have to come out with Punk at Mania. So now he's making his, and he lays out Rollins. Heyman tries to acknowledge Roman and like, oh, that was my tribal chief. That was fantastic. You played him like a fiddle. And he mushes the shit.
You don't get your penguin ass on.
Just whole hand in the can. Shoot. Get your ass out of here.
Hey, go with your boo. Go with your boo.
He hit Heyman with the Derrick Henry stiff arm. I'm like, God.
Damn right.
See the whole face print on his damn. See his whole handprint on Heyman's face. Like, God.
Gave his ass to Dave Chappelle, old girl in the club.
But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
I don't blame him because don't come over here talking about my tribal chief. Go to your boo. Yeah.
Go with your bestie.
Again,
go to your bestie. Deal.
Again, a very somewhat relatable situation.
And that whole segment brings me back to what I said last week. This is one big fight for Paul Heyman still. Roman's mad. Punk is like, you remember the old times? And Seth is still selling that ass. Look at me. Look at me. I am Seth. I am the architect. I built all this. Without me, there is no Roman. Come on, Paul. You know you want to leave. That's all Seth is saying. The other two are fighting over Paul. And Seth is like, you see how they fighting over you? I wouldn't treat you like that. I won't even make you dress.
He's like, man, just go home. Just go home.
But nobody is saying that. Adam Pearce is probably wanting to go
home. Punk comes in to save Roman.
Of course he does.
And then Rollins beats him with a chair because if Roman and Rollins are in a ring, at some point Rollins is going to crack that chair.
A chair to the back has to happen.
Every time. God, just like the end of the Shield. Like, we don't have to talk about that. I remember. I was there.
Yeah.
You can stop. Y'all can stop bringing that up now. We've done this 5 times.
Hey, I was like, Michael was right there because I screamed before it happened. Michael was like, why are you yelling at it? Back? I'm like, yeah. that whole segment, why is the camera like this? Whap. Oh.
Matt was like, no. And I was like, oh, that's why.
I yelled like somebody ran over my dog. Like, no!
It was a heartbreaking moment for a lot of us. So yeah, that's the end of the segment. Seth ends up taking out both Roman and Punk, and just another point where Rollins and Heyman are the only ones left standing. Is there a chance Rollins wins this and Heyman turns on them both?
I wouldn't even be mad at that. Like, at this point, because they dropped so many breadcrumbs to, like, it's obvious it has to be Seth and Paul. So swerve the fuck out of me just for swerve's sake. Like, I wouldn't be mad because at this point, I think everybody is on the same wavelength of Paul has to be going with Seth Rollins. So if y'all want to, like, just like Vince would do that to us and do something different, I wouldn't be mad. So if he did that, that'd probably be kind of cool. It'd be interesting. Yeah. Paul just be on his own. That's what I would like to see. Just Paul just be on his own. Don't have anybody. Go back to trying to find a Paul Heyman guy.
I'll be honest. I think I'd like this more if it was just Roman and Punk.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I've been saying. Like, I'm like, Seth is just, for the most part, until recently, Seth has just been there. Just been there. Granted, he has a long history with both, but for this particular feud, to Matt's point, this is about Heyman.
Yeah.
Tribal Chief, and you got Bestie. Tribal Chief, Bestie. And then you got eccentric fucker over here, the third wheel.
This is once again another, because this just came to my mind, just came to me just now. Because Seth was never supposed to be in this feud because his opponent decided to break his ankles jumping off of the cage. We probably were supposed to have Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed.
Probably, yeah. You're right. Because man, that was a hot feud until
they were the additions. They were the people that were added in. Well, they were trying to get Seth to add in to join. Even he brought that up when he was selling himself.
I think you're right. We probably would have. They probably were saving their final like confrontation for Mania.
And but now he's just, to Mike's point, he's just there in this triple threat. That's like, what? And then it's the main event on top of that. Like, I love all three of them, but when I know, like on Saturday, I'm gonna be like, I'll be excited, but I'm also at the same time gonna be like, this really should not be the fucking main event.
Yeah,
like this should be in the middle of the show. This should be coming on at 8:00.
Yeah,
8:45, not going into Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I also think it's crazy that I'm looking at the card now. Both the Rumble winner matches are on night one.
Yeah,
they're not even considering the idea of like, yeah, these are big main event. No, those are night one matches.
They getting that shit out the way. Like the people y'all thought win, yeah, they winning. Yep. Charlotte win, Jay win.
Yep.
How they gonna win? That's all. We know they gonna win. How they do it? We know it's gonna be a splash or a figure four or a figure eight. One of those. In both of those matches, somebody gonna splash. Somebody gonna hit a submission. Like,
I'll be honest.
And then we gonna have Randy. Randy, we don't know what night Randy gonna be on. We don't know who Randy's
fighting. We still gotta get Randy's match.
We still gotta get a Randy match. But sorry, tag titles. Sorry, Chelsea.
I'm gonna guess that's a night two match because so night one has 7 matches on the card, night two has 6. So they'll probably even it out. But also, I want you to think about those numbers: 7 matches, 6 matches. Each one of those nights is gonna go 5 hours.
Yeah.
Especially that night 2, because when I asked about the Fatal 4-Way, the first thing that, like, after you said it's on night 2, now right after you said it, I said, damn, that's 4 entrances.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 fucking entrances. That's probably like 15 minutes. And then we got to have the match. That's another probably 20, 25 minutes. Like, oh my goodness. Yep. And then night 1, the main event is that triple threat match. That's 3 entrances. That is 2 long ass entrances. Because CM Punk ain't gonna take long. But Seth? Roman? We gotta bow down. We gotta praise him and all that for Roman. By the time he come out, so this
he's gonna stop on the ramp at 5 different points. Look out at the crowd. We're gonna get a camera shot of everybody throwing the ones up. Like, all right, okay.
Like, even then on top of that, night 1, we already gonna be tired because you had to sit through. It's just me, oops. And then
And then think about the main event. Them 2 long ass entrances with Cena and Cody.
Oh yeah, night 2, you're gonna be that fatal 4-way. You getting the fatal 4-way, and you're gonna have Cody and Cena.
Yeah.
And Cena probably gonna, as much as he trying to talk shit and say he ain't, I would not be shocked if Cena pulls out some new shit on Sunday just because.
Oh yeah, because he said we're not getting anything different. It's the same shit.
You get nothing. Like, all right. Oh, okay, John.
So
Whatever you say.
Hey, you know what's so hilarious about this? We used to complain like, "Damn, Mania is such a long fucking night," and that was like, "Damn, this is a long fucking weekend."
Yes, Mike. I was talking to a friend of mine last night. Like, God damn. Remember when Mania weekend was just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it was like 3 to 4 hours at most each night? Because now you got to do. Because it used to be Mania was on Sunday, NXT was on Saturday, Hall of Fame might be on Saturday too. You know, the SmackDown is special, then the Monday, and then that's it. But no,
Right.
because we looked at it yesterday, because Matt was talking about it, they had a list of like, here's Mania week.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like last night's Raw to next week's Smack. No one gives a fuck about the SmackDown after WrestleMania.
Hell no.
Like, it was some ridiculous bullshit.
Like, who's watching all of that? And Hall of Fame is on at 1 a.m. for us?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Also, we said that yesterday, and you notice how they've been promoting that this whole time. I never noticed it until we said something last night on the show about it being at 1 a.m. They said, "Oh yeah, me and Pat McAfee and Michael Cole going to be hosting the Hall of Fame. It will be at 10 p.m. Pacific."
Yeah.
I know what time. I'm like, oh, that's why y'all been getting everybody. Because if you ain't listening, 10 p.m. No, 10 p.m. West Coast time. 1 a.m. for us.
Yeah, I noticed it right away. Like when they first said it, and my mom thinking, that's gonna be fucking late. Oh my god.
It's gonna be early for the West Coast because every time we've went to Vegas, I always forget because I'll be like, man, it's still like, man, I'm getting kind of tired. What time is it? And I'll be looking like, oh, it's 9 o'clock over here. What? And it's like midnight.
Uh-huh.
You want to go to sleep.
Cookie said we ain't staying up for the Hall of Fame. Shit. You can.
Yeah, Friday. Let's read this list off again. WrestleMania kickoff at 5 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. That's Friday. Then you can watch SmackDown at 8 o'clock. And if you're feeling real saucy and if you ain't fell asleep, you can watch the Hall of Fame at 1 o'clock Eastern, 1 a.m. And then 12 hours later, Saturday afternoon, is NXT Stand and Deliver. And then 3 hours after NXT Stand and Deliver is the countdown to WrestleMania Night 1. And that is for 3 hours, because then at 7 o'clock is WrestleMania Saturday. And oh man, I ain't even got still more to go. Sunday, the Slammies, to be determined. They don't even know what, they just know they're gonna be on Sunday. They don't know what time yet. Then after that, you got the countdown to WrestleMania Night 2. And then you got WrestleMania Sunday. And then you got the Raw after Mania on Monday. You got NXT and the booty ass SmackDown after Mania. That is your full week. That is just WWE, y'all.
Good.
WrestleMania weekend used to be like a thing where like other indie promotions would show up and have stuff there. Okay, if you want to go check that stuff out, you can. And then at night is when WWE no WWE's gonna have shit all day and all
night.
I'll tell you what the cookies. Mike and I ain't staying up for shit because we have to talk about Last of Us on Saturday.
Exactly.
So I ain't staying up for a damn thing.
And if I do stand up, y'all ain't gonna see my face. I don't hear at least. And you also know something else. See, this is how they really get you. Because after all that bullshit, after this long ass week, what they gonna follow up with shortly after? WrestleMania Backlash.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's my
really.
Backlash.
It's Mania. It's Mania month. It's Mania month.
They push Backlash to May.
You gonna blink and that shit's gonna be here. You're like, God damn it.
Because I'm already like, cool. Backlash, that basically means we'll be drafting on May the 12th. When Raw comes to Louisville, we'll be drafting.
And then And then, just when you thought you escaped Mania, just fast forward a couple more months, you're going to have 2 nights SummerSlam. It's like, we can't escape this shit. We can't escape this shit. God damn.
They want to make everything 2 nights. They want to make the Big Four 2 nights, and it's not needed. It's only needed for WrestleMania. It's not needed for the Royal Rumble, but there's 2 Royal Rumbles. Shut up. It ain't needed for Money in the Bank, but there's 2 Money in the Bank matches. Again, like my Vince McMahon voice just said, shut up. No. I don't want 2 nights of Money in the Bank. I don't want 2 nights of no Royal Rumble. SummerSlam has never been good enough to be 2 fucking nights ever.
Let's keep it a buck. SummerSlam 9 times out of 10 missable.
Yeah.
Right.
It is. I can't remember the last time a full SummerSlam was worth watching the entire. Like a lot of the times, it's just here's 2 or 3 matches they've been building to, and here's some other shit to fill the card out.
The Survivor Series is so ass. They use War Games, a WCW concept.
And now we've run War Games into the fucking ground. So I don't know. Before we get to NXT, let's talk about Mariah May.
Mariah.
We were talking yesterday about Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
Who is on his way to WWE. He had a championship in New Japan, and instead of dropping it, he had to vacate that shit. I don't know why New Japan put the belt on him. That's kind of on them because we saw.
Like I think Mike said it yesterday. That was basically like them having a baby on him. They're like, "Hey, you think this baby will make him stay?" No,
no.
Got a baby.
Who was that player that paid up all the child support up front?
Oh, Anthony Edwards.
Bro,
like, well, if we put these and then on top of that, it's like y'all thought not just giving him a belt would make him stay. Y'all gave him a tag title belt. Like they ain't about to make me stay. Hey, fuck this belt and fuck my partner. I don't give a fuck. Hey, y'all better make me the champ. The champ. It better be something happen like, oh my God, Jeff Cobb is the champ. Yes, that was the only way I'm staying. You made me a tag champ. Y'all made yourselves tag champs because I'm gone.
So another former champion is now possibly going to WWE. So Mariah May, the last time we saw her was at Grand Slam Australia.
Yes,
her and Tony Storm wrapped up what is probably, if not the best feud in AEW, one of the best feuds they've ever done with Tony Storm. And then she just disappeared, and we kind of figured she would because whoever loses here has to be gone for a while. But her contract is up this year. Apparently, we have several months left on it. I think PW Insider said it was like late summer.
I heard July. Like her stuff is going to expire in July.
So it's not like she's going to show up in a few weeks. It's going to be end of the year, essentially. There's not much really to say about it as far as how we feel about it. So I'm curious. What do y'all think about Mariah leaving AEW if that's what she does? Because right now we don't know. It's just their thing. I honestly think she's just trying to play him to get some extra money.
That's what
because she knows she's a star.
Yeah. Because when that match happened, Kazim, the former WWE writer, had started maybe her contract is up. Like we know she's gonna lose this, and she's probably gonna disappear for a while. And he wouldn't go any more in depth with it. He was just like, she's gonna disappear, and maybe her contract is about to run out or something. This is how they are just getting her out the way. I honestly feel like, and then everybody went crazy because they saw that she's a big WWE fan. I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody watches WWE until 7 years ago or whatever. That was it. It was them and TNA. But wasn't nobody watching TNA Impact. They were just watching WWE or not watching at all. So
There were, I know fans are upset, like, how could you go work for that company? Brother, that is where most people want to go. Like Matt just said.
like to
what they
Kenny's
wanna do.
point yesterday, people want to grow up to go to the name brand. They want to go to WWF, WWE. That's what they want to do. They ain't trying to go like that. AEW cool, but they don't got the name recognition. They don't got the Band-Aid. Oh, I need a facial tissue. Bitch, you need a Kleenex. Even if it's not a Kleenex. Oh, I'm a wrestler. Oh, you be doing that WWF stuff. Yeah. That's bad. You just like, I ain't about to correct you. Yeah.
It's like I've always said, like WWE is the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, whether these wrestlers want to admit it or not, all of them want to be there.
And I wouldn't be mad if she showed up. I wouldn't be mad, but I honestly feel like they don't need her. She's more needed in AEW. This is where
that's my point, Matt. Yeah. Honestly, is I'm like, that would be such a huge loss for AEW. Whereas, like, it would be great for her to go there. Sure, I'm sure she would work. I'm sure she wouldn't get lost in the shuffle.
This is what they need. AEW needs to get Gail Kim on the phone and
thank you, Matt.
Sign her, get her on the phone because that can be y'all's ace to get women to come over there. We got Gail Kim. Y'all saw the work she did in TNA. Come on over. Whoever gets Gail Kim, it's over. If someone's able to get Gail Kim, if WWE does it, AEW, y'all fucked up. AEW, y'all money is unlimited. Give her a blank check. And then let her do what she does. She can literally be the agent for the women. She can do everything for the women. She can handle their contracts, all that. Let her, just make her a vice president of the women's division. Just give her a damn title. Something. Because, Impact's loss can be y'all's gain tremendously. Yeah. Do it.
Yep. Apparently it was fired for a petty-ass reason, but hey, take advantage of it.
Take advantage.
Hire her for a petty-ass reason, and then keep Mariah.
Yep. And give both of them a blank check.
Yes.
Give them both a blank check. Because
the idea that like they're losing Mariah right when they're about to get Mina as an official member of the roster, like you can finally get that triple threat between them and Tony. Like it's all right there. It's just right waiting for you. All you got to do is not let her walk out that door.
All right. Don't think everybody. Don't let her Stephanie recur you. Because y'all had her. She wanted to go to WWE board. But because they basically told her, oh, you asking. You have fun. Have fun. They gonna pay you a lot. Yeah, we can't do that. Bye. But I still want to wrestle for y'all. We can't pay you that though. I don't care.
Say less.
Here you go.
Another part of that is another part of that, Matt, is like because she's not making that money now doesn't mean she won't make that money in a few years. They are pushing Stephanie Vaquer to the moon. She has been dominant since she showed up. They give her this incredible entrance that she's cutting promos where she can clearly speak English. So it's like not a problem that they worry about with Andrade or others. It's kind of like we've seen a lot of people that kind of went there to cut. Gunther, I think, went there to cut. And he could have stayed and he could have gone, and he stuck through NXT UK and NXT and got to Raw. And ever since he's gone to Raw, he's become one of their most important people, and he's getting paid.
Right.
And she's become their new Hispanic star. And it's not like, and not the, we got her from Mexico. No, she's from Chile. They've never had a Chilean superstar before. So you got a whole nother demographic there, a whole nother country in Latin America.
That's a good point, Mike. God damn, that's a good point.
Like,
Because they love firsts.
She's the first.
And this new age, like the people like her, Dragon Lee, Penta, and Ray Phoenix, they love going, like, they might be out their element on a regular TV, but now with the, like, everybody has a channel, they can go on ESPN Deportes, because I saw Penta on, like, ESPN Deportes or something, and he was right at home. He'd still promote. I'm like, yeah, look at you. You ain't even been here 3 months, whatever, and you already doing WWE promos on other shows. Just basically, yeah, WrestleMania coming up. Because I know what you're saying. I know what you're doing. WrestleMania is coming. Hey, y'all better buy it. Tune in. Watch. I'm going to be on it. That's what he's saying. I'm like, they got you doing that real quick.
And so, it's easier for them to do that now because now they're on a global stage. Netflix. Mm-hmm. They're on Netflix. They're on a global stage now. So it makes it easier for them to go to ESPN Deportes and any other Spanish affiliate to promote. Because all that is you just bringing all that traffic to Netflix.
Right.
All that traffic to their PLEs. So,
and then they're gonna mess around, and them for the Latino audience, if they haven't been watching, they gonna turn it on. They're gonna be like, "Oh shoot, Rey Mysterio still wrestling."
And then what you get there is you get the past, the legendary past here with Ray. His son's there, and he's made his own mark. Oh shit! His son's kind of good.
Or they're gonna be like, "Whoa, we ain't seen his son in 20 years. He's grown."
Yeah, that really must be Eddie's kid.
Over him, dang, he's big now.
Oh my God, he looks just like Eddie.
Yeah, that's a good ass point, Mike, about her being Chilean, because they love a first. They love to talk about first ever this, first ever that.
And she's been a lot of firsts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
already she's been a lot of firsts.
So like you said, whatever she didn't, she missed out on in AEW. She's gonna get it back.
Yeah,
either merch, appearances, something. She's gonna get it back. She's gonna make up for it. Because even with Jordan Grace, they were trying to say, I saw Sean Ross put out that post like, not poor. Not poor.
Because people were like, oh, she took a pay cut.
WWE, and they're like, it's technically a pay cut, but it's not. It's a pay cut because she had to do extra stuff on top of her Impact contract, all her other outside stuff she would be doing. It wasn't nothing freaky, but she had OnlyFans, non-freaky OnlyFans. So she would be doing that, selling pictures and stuff like that, but she had to shut that down because WWE is like, bitch, you ain't gonna need to do all that stuff no more. Well, you getting it guaranteed. Here you go.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, that's really what it is. Is it's AKA, they're gonna pay you if you're really worth what you believe you are, you're gonna end up making that money anyway. And the idea that like, when will wrestlers start looking at AEW like that? As long as AEW doesn't die in the next 20 years, that's going to happen for them too. Much like TNA. TNA still, to this day, Matt, there are people that say, I grew up. Ospreay did it when he was there for a year before he went to AEW. He's like, I grew up watching TNA. We didn't get WWE, but we got TNA. So I grew up watching TNA. So it was my dream to come to the States and wrestle for Total Nonstop Action. So AEW is going to get those wrestlers.
They're going to get those, especially with being on Max now.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. All these promotions being able to be on streaming services really is going to help them in the long run at bringing the next generations in.
The fact that they're doing right with Speedball, because Deirdre don't play by Speedball. I know Kenny don't. She loves Speedball. So like that was the only reason she went to Impact. She saw him for the first time and she liked him. And then I told her he was coming to AEW and she was like, well, I guess I'll check that out at some point. And ever since that moment, It's been he's just been up. He had won $400,000. It's like okay, TK, you doing right by Speedball. So to Mongo's point, yeah, they're showing folks already. You don't have to be scared about somebody going to AEW and possibly being lost in the shuffle. Like Speedball this was 3 years ago. He would not be doing any of this right now.
Yeah, I mean, hell, you can look at Ricochet. Like Ricochet, we were expecting him to have a damn character. We were like, oh, Ricochet, God, hopefully he's not just stuck at the bottom of the mid card. No, he came to AEW and exploded and became 3 times better than he was in WWE and has an actual character. So sometimes it's just you. What is it Alexis King said a few weeks ago that he likes AEW, but the structure in WWE helps him, whereas others are better with the free. That's all it's going to end up being. Some wrestlers are better with the structure. Some wrestlers are better when you just let them go and do shit.
I will say this. You may not be scared if they go to AEW, but you still want to be a little nervous.
Oh, especially if you're a big guy, Mike.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
if you're a heavyweight, caution.
We'll put you with Lance Archer and Brian Cage. You'll be okay. God damn it.
Unless you Bobby came over with his friends. I got my group right here. I don't need no friend.
Because you
I
know
got
why?
my group right here.
Because they hurt people.
Right. We hurt people.
Well, let's get into NXT and we can get the hell out of here. Tomorrow we are doing the live Dynamite watch along, I believe. So we'll talk about that in a second. But NXT is tonight. It's a go home show. And only a few things are announced. And it's because these two things are going to take up the majority of the show.
And this is where HBK didn't finish his homework. So we're going to book Stand and Deliver tonight, y'all.
Pretty much. Stand and Deliver, I believe, was it 6 matches?
6 matches with a bunch of question marks.
Yeah. 5 matches. Sorry.
Versus who? The ladder match featuring Kalani, someone, and someone else.
Yeah. So we have the number 1 contender tag team gauntlet match. Tag team gauntlet to determine Fraxium's number 1 contenders. That's a good choice. That's a good choice, Matt. That'd be a lot more interesting than Hank and Tank.
That's when I started the Hardys. I'm like, please, fantasy gods. Please, I booked the Hardys winning these NXT tag titles so long ago. Just let them have Smashville appearance tonight.
Right now, it's only a 5-team gauntlet, but I'm hoping you're right. It's Hank and Tank. It's the Smart Boy. What's Wesley's? What are they called? TNT.
Yeah, the way that group is ass. I'm sorry, Wes. You don't even need to be there. You're like Roxanne. I'm about to change locks on him too.
Yeah, Wes, he better be showing up on SmackDown or Raw next week.
Right.
Josh Briggs and
that's so racist, but him and Mello should be a team.
Yeah, I would. Matt, get out my damn brain.
Kill me. Kill Miz. Get Miz out of there.
Like, I was literally thinking, like, what if they do some shit like pair Wes with Mello on SmackDown?
That's so racist.
I mean, low key, a good ass tag team though. I mean,
hell yeah.
You'll be looking at Triple H like, of course Triple H did this. I'm like, hold up. Me and Mike said this before Triple H. So before y'all, just like y'all be trying to get on Mongo. Hold up, no. We said this before he said it.
Yeah, we just like they always put the Mexicans together. Yeah, put the brothers together. There you go. Yep. There you go.
Just get Mello away from Miz. Like he above that now.
Please, God. So yeah, Hank and Tank, TNT, Josh Briggs, and Inamura.
Homeboy.
Yeah. The Cullings pair, which is Briggs' former tag partner.
This NXT tag division is even worse.
It got worse in 2 months.
It got worse.
It got worse in 2 months.
It is
The only tag. That's a good question. The only tag team in this gauntlet where I'm like, I kind of want to see them do this. No quarter catch crews in this.
Yeah.
Like, all right, at least
the boys are good.
They are good. It's just that, like, we already saw them get their match.
Right, they already won this type of match, and they lost. They won this match to face Fraxium, and they lost.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm hoping Matt's right because honestly,
you know what?
None of this shit makes sense.
You know what? You know what they should do? Since they have a partnership, you know who they should send over there? Send Ass Man and Eddie Edwards over there.
Yeah, send the system. Instead of teasing them imploding, how about you give them a little bit extra run, like milk the system for all it's worth at this point, and let them go over to NXT, face Fraxium, or have Fraxium come over. There's a lot of tag teams that could be coming over to NXT to try and beat.
I thought you were going to say the Rascals, but I like the system
too. But you already have Moose over there. You
right.
Dang JDC over there.
You let them come over.
Send them other two fuckers over there.
Let Dean Ambrose on over, baby. Bring the other Eddie out. Bring TNA Eddie on over. He can meet NXT Eddie, and I'll get rid of both of them in the parking lot.
That's how they kill off Eddie. Is like, all right, we're gonna do it on WWE television. Just Tony D runs his ass over with a car. They put him in the trunk. Like, don't worry about it.
You just see me wink at the end, like, "What's up, y'all?"
Like Matt said, we've got a few question marks left to fill in for the show on Saturday. So we're gonna have 2 more qualifiers for the North American Women's Ladder match.
Oh God!
Don't know who's involved. Yeah, they went to the very last second for this bullshit, and then the final part, which I guess is going to be the main event. Wesley, Ethan Page, Lexis King, and Eddie Thorpe in a number 1 contenders match for Ricky Saints. And since every other match on this card is a multi-person match, I'm going to assume fuckery. We're going to have a 5-way for the belt.
Of course,
give us
it's multi-match mania.
It is. It would give us a 6-woman ladder match, a 3-women championship match, a tag team match with, for the tag titles. That's 4 people.
Right.
Ricky versus 4 others, and then the triple threat main event for the championship. So, that's what we're doing, probably.
Oh God! If it's not the Hardys, oh damn, DX got them.
Who?
My NWO.
I forgot all about them. I forgot all about forgot all about that shit.
I forgot about that. It just clicked. I was like, oh shit. So I'm like, well, which of them? I'm like, well, they didn't even fight fair the last time. So throw rules out the window for Dark State. They had
Freebird,
especially if Javon ends up being their leader. Oh, they come out of that show with 2 championships. Shit. That's a good pick, man.
Rob?
What's going on, brother? You caught us just at the end.
Right.
We will be back tomorrow, folks, to do a Dynamite live watch. We'll also be doing a special quiz show, the Are You Fucking Serious quiz show, all AEW edition. So that means that nobody's going to answer. That means that neither Matt nor Mike nor Kenny are going to answer a damn thing for the entire show.
Because I don't know shit. I can't remember shit AEW related.
We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And then Thursday, of course, our regular scheduled time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Not on the other coast where we're going to make a step at 1 a.m. We appreciate y'all's time to predict Stand and Deliver and the WrestleManias. We're also going to find out who won the TNA Unbreakable predictions, because that shit happens Thursday while we're doing the podcast. To know when we go live any other time, like this Saturday for Last of Us, you can follow us at facebook.com/UnderTheRingPod and twitch.tv/UnderTheRingPod. You go to those, you're going to give us a like, give us a little follow. You get a little notification on your phone or your smartwatch or whatever the fuck you have. Or you can go to our link tree and fingertip /UnderTheRingPod to get our individual links. I am at Greg Bush SK on Twitter and just Greg Bush on Blue Sky. Our brother Kenny is at Rock Ribs of 44. Our Are You Fucking Serious quiz champion, Mike Ciampa, is at Mr. Freshbeard. We've got our double champion, the Forever Intercontinental Champion, and the Reggie Simpson Memorial Predictions Champion, Maddie Raines at The Right Answer. Tito, our street team captain at Borea Maliente. And last but not least, our good friend and local news correspondent, Justin Devontae Baxley. Folks, have a wonderful Wednesday night. We will see you tomorrow.
Live for AEW Dynamite, a live watch of Mongo.
8 p.m.-ish. Do the done.
Hey, do the done, y'all. Peace out, Felicia. Peace out.
Live watch for Mania. We tune in
We'll see.
Thursday. We might do that. Tune in Thursday.
Campaign.
Bye, y'all.